Hey guys, so today I want to talk about really my top 10 worst Pokemon I have ever encountered for all six generations. And, and I don't want to offend anyone because I know a lot of these Pokemon are actually pretty popular. And I'm going to be basing a lot of it off of looks and off of their abilities, of like their capability in battle, um, the moves that they're capable of getting or not getting or just a terrible typing. So number 10 would have to be Zangoose. I absolutely love Zangoose's design, but I don't like that it's just a normal type. I honestly feel like it should be maybe a fighting type, or, you know, normal fighting, if anything, because he's really fast, but what I really don't like is obviously his lack of move pool. And he is enemies with Seviper, which I find really weird because Seviper is a poison type, and a poison type can kind of take out a normal type, but I guess no one really thinks of it that way. And the thing with Zangoose is that he has like kind of like anger issues. When you look at him, you're like, why is he so pissed off all the time? Like he like constantly looks pissed off unless you're playing with him like in Pokemon. Even then, he doesn't look very happy even when he's like smiling and stuff. Um, and then number 9, Gyarados. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people like Gyarados because of ability, Moxie, but his Mega Evolution is so fucking ugly. It, I hate how it makes the head so large. It's so unproportional to the rest of his body. I remember back in like the original games where when you found Gyarados as a shiny, that you didn't know that it was a shiny at the time, you just didn't know what it was. You just like, what the fuck, why is Gyarados red? You weren't really aware of shiny Gyarados or shinies all that much. And I find it really weird that Gyarados is water flying. Honestly, I feel like it should be water dragon. Um, because a lot of its moves that he gets are dragon type moves. Twister, Dragon Dance, etc., etc. But I will never quite understand why they even gave him a Mega, because it's just really ugly. Then number 8. I really, really, really hate Emboar. If you aren't aware of Emboar is the final evolution of Tepig from 4th gen. Or 5th gen, sorry. Um, he is so unsatisfying to look at. You look at him and you're like, what the actual fuck am I looking at? Tepig was so cute and small and chubby, and he was this little pig that had so much potential going for him. And then you look at the next evolution, it's a pig in a wrestler's leotard. You just don't do that. That's disturbing. It's wrong. It is not child friendly about if you know what wrestling leotards look like. It it's just wrong on so many levels. When you get to Emboar, it just looks constantly pissed off. The design is terrible. Not only does it suck in competitive battling, but it lacks a decent move pool. when you think about it, he's actually like, he should really just be an HM more. That's what he should be. For like Rock Smash and Strength, that's what he should be. That's he should just be your HM4. Don't use him competitively. Trust me, don't do it. I remember when I got the Emboar event, I was really disappointed in it. Here, I will show you the Emboar event. I will pull it up. In the meantime, we will go ahead and go to number 7. Number 7 would probably have to be Pikachu. Pikachu was such a mainstream Pokemon, and I remember back in the original games, when you first encountered Pikachu, it was a bitch. Pikachu was an asshole. And especially in the original movies, where Pikachu really hated Ash. And when Ash and Pikachu finally became friends, Pikachu pretty much zapped the shit out of all of those Spearows just to save Ash's life. Even though we all know he it would have been okay. I mean, Pokemon don't typically attack humans. So really, it was excessive. So Nintendo kind of went out of its way. So now I'm looking for the M board somewhere in my PC. Here it is. So, and I don't even know what the fuck Holdback does. But this is the M board event. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's absolutely nothing. Um, yeah, he's pretty much useless. Um, number 6. Oh man, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one. Greninja. I love using Greninja so much. Its design is badass. Its ability is badass. Its move pool is badass. But when you follow by Smogon rules like I do, you have to face the facts that it is an Uber, so you can't use it unless you're doing Uber battles. And I always use OU and below tires. But another thing is that the only part of the design that I don't like is the tongue that's wrapping around his neck like a scarf. It creeps me out. A frog does not need that excessive length of a tongue. I know they use their tongue to catch bugs and such, but it's still disturbing. His ability is really badass. Protean, if you aren't familiar with Protean, basically, Protean, if you say Greninja used an ice type move, he would turn into an ice type Pokemon. Or if you use a poison type move, he turns into a poison type Pokemon. That's just how it goes. And he has such a wide range of move pool that you can teach him so many different moves that it makes his oh, excuse me, holy shit. It makes it so much easier for him to change. But I've realized a lot of the time people are running Gunk Shot on Greninja, which I find really bizarre. I don't like that move. You're throwing a trash can at someone. That is inappropriate and rude and very painful. You're throwing a metal trash can at someone. Moving on. Number 5. Oh, I think about that. Eevee. I really do not like Eevee. And yes, I hesitated on purpose, not because I needed a thing. I hesitated on purpose. Bear with me here. Oh my god, my boyfriend's blowing up my phone. Okay. The thing with Eevee is that I love how it can evolve in so many different things. That's what makes Eevee so unique and its evolutions so cool. But what I don't like is that none of the evolutions are dual types. I feel like it should have a dual type evolution. I don't know what it would be, but I honestly feel like it should have a dual type evolution. Eevee is a cute little fluff ball thing. It's just this little fluffy thing that really shouldn't evolve. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like evolution, but I feel like Eevee just shouldn't evolve. Sylveon? Disgusting. I don't even like fairy types. They're just revolting. I I also really hate about fairy types is that they destroy dragons. I'm a dragon type user, and dragons are being scared off by fairies. That doesn't make any sense. I, I what? And you have Leafeon. Leafeon is really strange. I don't like the design of it. I don't like any of the designs of evolutions except for Glaceon. Glaceon is pretty cool. I also really like ice types. Jolteon looks like it's been electrocuted, and I mean I know it's electric type, but it doesn't work out for it. And Eevee has such like a small move pool that it's basically just good for status conditions, like using Leer or Baby Doll Eyes, so forth and so forth. It's not an attacker at all. Also makes it unfortunate is that you can only do so much status conditions. You can only do so much status attack. Number 4. Another Pokemon you guys are really not going to enjoy hearing about. Empoleon. Empoleon is just stupid as hell. You have a water steel type, which actually sounds really cool, right? No, just no. It's supposed to be a tuxedo penguin type thing. But the trident on its face, it that I can kind of see where the steel part's going on. But other than that, it looks pretty stupid. And when you kind of think about it, Napoleon's not really good for that much. He's kind of decoration. Everything about him is pretty much decoration, kind of like the trident on his face. He does have a great move pool. I'll give him that. And I mean, you can't really deny that much. Um, I mean, fuck, he can learn Grass Knot. Water Steel type learning Grass Knot. It's kind of like Pikachu learning Grass Knot. I'll never understand why, but it's kind of cool. So now we have number 3. Number 3 is gonna have to be Dedenne. Ugh, that was a mouthful. Although Dedenne is one of my favorite electric type moves, electric type Pokemon, it's also a fairy type, which I also don't like fairies, which I've already previously stated. I hate fairy type Pokemon. I really do. They are disturbing. They just should not have happened, Nintendo. I'm sorry. They just should not have happened. Dedenne doesn't have like a move pool at all. All it basically can learn is electric type moves, even though it is a fairy type. You can teach it very minimal fairy type moves, and I know some fairy type moves are obviously powerful, like Moonblast. Fuck that move. Just destroys everything. Yeah, I don't like fairy. Yeah, as you can tell. But although Denanade is super cute, especially when it's shiny, I mean it's this perfect round skin. I typically don't like the color brown, but it's this perfect shade of brown that just makes you fall in love with it. And it's a fucking mouse. It's like this little mouse thing that's just so tiny and chubby and fat. The Dende should be the original Pikachu. Pikachu should have not happened. It should be the Dende. Sorry. Number 2. Torterra. Torterra is a super awkward grass turtle type thing. I don't know why, but it makes me think of a turtle. I wonder if it's like the beginning from like Turtwig. Makes me think of turtle. I don't know. It just looks, it just like it's like a nature type turtle type thing to me. And it's a grass type. Grass types can be kind of cool, but they do have quite a few weaknesses. But they are pretty strong against some things like water, obviously. You'll never understand. I'm not exactly understand. But anyways, when you look at it, Torterra is all physical, nothing more. He's just all physical attack, which I feel like he should be actually more evened out between physical and defense. He's obviously going to be slow because he's kind of big, so he should be a physical and a defense tank. And a lot of people will argue, oh, well, he does have really high defense. So it's like, not really, to be honest. He really doesn't. But because his attacks can be really strong, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing